Hey, it's a ZM update video, not gonna waste your time.
Hey YouTubers, Zeltrex Millennium here. I'm going to try a little bit of a new series where every time when I get a new commission, I'm going to try to take pictures of each step of the process and show you what I'm doing. So first up, I got a little bit of a commission from ReynAnimations. It's kind of a weird name, go with it. He asked me to custom paint a Energon barricade. Well, it's more or less Onslaught because he actually sent me a piece of the Advanced Project Combiner kit for that figure to make it look more like, well, Bruticus. And so he wanted me to paint it to look a little bit more like G1 Onslaught, like black head, adding more gray paint apps, adding green, yada yada. He also added this little sword accessory, and he wanted me to paint it up to look like the Dark Star Saber from Transformers Prime. And I thought, that's interesting. I'll try it out. Now I had to make a new handle for the sword, and what I did with that is that I actually used a dowel rod, which was pretty much 5 millimeters perfect, and I had to sand it down a little bit so that way when I painted it, the paint would slide through the handhole perfectly without having any problems. I also added a peg hole to one of the sides of the sword so that way the sword can attach in vehicle mode. So what I did is that I actually used the 5-second fix glue to seal all the pegs in place, and then I painted the sword with universal chrome from Duplicolor. And after that, I masked off the blade because I wanted to paint it a certain color, and you'll see that in a moment. I actually painted the whole sword polished metal metallic, and it actually does look like the kind of color that the Dark Star Saber actually had. So after that was dry, I went back and took off the masking tape of the sword, and I used a thing called Pactra RC paint. It's kind of a weird one. I can't really call the name of the paint because I've used it so much it's just worn away. But it's kind of like a sort of semi-transparent purplish blue paint. It kind of reacts differently with the light. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but basically I did two coats of that little paint, and in one shade of light you see it as purple, the other ray of light you actually see it as a sort of a mix between blue and purple. The photos don't really do the whole thing justice. It does really look really good. So hopefully later on this week when I go out to town, I can go to Castle Hill Games or Astral Games, so I can buy some new Games Workshop paint to basically get the right kind of green that I'll need for this custom. So yeah, ReynAnimations. Hope you actually liked this video. Zeltrix Millennium saying good night, good luck, latest.